Now, for people from East Yorkshire and Lincolnshire living as expats in the EU, the process has brought a certain amount of confusion and concern. There's already an agreement with Brussels that UK citizens like them will have their rights protected. The same goes for EU nationals living here. But that would only come into force if there is a Brexit deal. Our correspondent Sarah Corker reports now from southern Spain.
Parts of the Costa del Sol look and sound more British than they do Spanish. More than 300,000 expats live and work in Spain. And 6 months till Brexit Day, some are now bracing themselves for a bumpy ride.
You see, the Spanish aren't going to stop Brits coming to Spain. They're not going to get shut of us. We pay too much money into the system.
Steve and Jill opened the Mariners Bar near Torremolinos 4 years ago, a little slice of Grimsby in the Spanish sun. And the football theme is quite prominent.
That's mine, yeah.
Do many of your customers, your friends here, do you talk about Brexit much?
Most people are just fed up with it. I don't think it's going to be as clear-cut and as easy as everybody thinks it's going to be.
The couple say Brexit actually galvanised their decision to emigrate permanently.
We thought we'd best move lock, stock and barrel to Spain before Brexit hits. So because we had business in England and a business here, we thought we'd get shut of the one in England first.
So Brexit almost made you make the decision to commit to Spain?
Yeah, it definitely made us commit to Spain.
Since the referendum, the pound has fallen in value. Estate agents say that dream retirement has become more expensive for Brits.
Since the 60s, the British have been buying here in quite considerable numbers.
This is Mijas, a town high above the tourist strip. Older expats, now in their 70s and 80s, first bought here in very different economic times. Some are now selling up.
British as one nationality is still the biggest market. They probably represent at this point in time roughly about 40% of the market here on the coast.
So 40% of people buying here are British?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah. Whereas before, say in the early 2000s, it was probably closer to 80%. There's been quite a large drop in the market.
For Brits living and working here on the Costa del Sol, Brexit has thrown up two major concerns: access to healthcare and pensions. At the moment, Brits get free medical treatment here in Spain, but will that continue post-Brexit? And the weak pound has, for some pensioners, wiped off almost a third of the value of their pensions. We travelled further along the coast, past Malaga and on to the town of Torrox. There we met two sisters originally from Lincoln who set up business here 16 years ago. Brexit came as a bit of a shock.
Table number 5.
The day after the news of Brexit came out, I did look at having dual nationality so we could get a European passport and obviously have a British passport, but Spain doesn't allow that. It doesn't allow, you have to renounce your British citizenship if you want to have a Spanish passport, so that's obviously a no-go for us.
And neither of you wanted to?
No, we don't want to do that, no.
And their father Owen retired to Torrox in 2006. More than 30% of Brits living in Spain are over 65.
Nearly a third of my pension has been eaten up in inflation. So that's the major impact for me over here, is that the fact that prices have risen over here anyway, but my pension has been eaten away through the exchange rate being so poor. So I'm a bit annoyed about that.
And while Owen wants a second referendum, back on the Sunshine Strip, most holidaymakers had a different view.
Europe brings us down, really. It's my general opinion.
I don't really have much to do with politics at all, so it doesn't really bother me.
I thought they would get on with things a lot quicker than they have done. I think there's been too much of a delay.
We thought it'd help with all, immigration and stuff. We voted out.
And how do you feel now about it?
Sorry.
Undecided, no.
There is a sense of Brexit fatigue on the Costa del Sol, but the value of the British to the Spanish economy is undeniable, and the Brit bars and expats are here to stay. Sarah Corker, BBC Look North in Torremolinos.